Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers.
Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times. Every turn, every line we find, trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't guess, we know what it takes. Every set of build from the ground we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go in. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1, take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you want to win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Got weekly sets ready, ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace control. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear. Yeah, we test, we tone, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1, yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you want to win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1. Till we build, till we build, till we build, Tier 1 setup shop.
Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers.
Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap time.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team. Looking to take your...
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
hit all the wrong buttons first, and then we hit the right ones. And this time, I made sure we have the mic hot for the broadcast. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tier 1 Studios. My name's Pat Wilkinson. Up in the booth, joining me tonight are the voices inside my head, alongside my good friends, myself and I, as we join the Wild West Racing League Raiders Wasteland Truck Series for the final time here at Homestead Miami Speedway, here in beautiful Miami, Florida. 1.5 mile oval, 4 feet above sea level, 50 mile an hour pit road, speed limit 65 degrees in the air, and on the track 1 mile an hour wind from the north. And this is the championship race out here tonight. Let's take a look at your 4 drivers out here tonight. Michael Lovelace, Chris Echepar, Tanner Ensign, and Keith Ayers. Ignore the fact that it says top 5. I can't change that on this graphic. It's fine. So far, fastest car on track, Justin Bell, Will Moore, Chris Echepar, Adam Ramsey, Tanner Ensign down in 5th, Keith Ayers, Dakota Henderson, Michael Lovelace, Mike Presley, Brighton Coleman, Richard Crane, Russ Marciniak, Mike McCoy, Stephen Shannon, and Jeff Ramsdell. We get ready to go racing under the lights here at beautiful Homestead Miami Speedway. This broadcast is brought to you in part by WIO Outlawed Custom Diecast, the Stanford Witt Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland out here tonight at Homestead Miami. The premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players in different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. This broadcast was also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube with just 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in practice. Everybody in driver's meeting, so not a lot of action on the racetrack at the moment. We jump over to the 19 of Keith Ayers. One and a half minutes left to go here in practice out here tonight. Jump on over to one of your top 4 out here tonight. Michael Lovelace in the number 68 Meals on Wheels and Water Wheel Foundation. Number 68 running. I do like the red trim on that for the championship truck out here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway with a minute left to go. One of your top 4 for the playoff, for the championship out here tonight. Let's take a look at Chris Echepar, currently down pit road, actually not on the racetrack. Let's jump back on over to Keith Ayers, off of turn 4, past the start-finish line. We do have TV mixed. Hooray! Tanner Ensign also down pit road, not yet on track. Jump on over to Brighton Coleman. 16 trucks out here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. You're going to have one heck of a race under the lights here in beautiful Miami Beach, Florida. For Coleman all the way up into the wall. off of turn 2. Down the backstretch we go into turns 3 and 4. Letting that baby eat all over the racetrack. All the way to the bottom of turn 3. A little bit wide off of turn 4 as he pulls it down to pit road. Bold strategy coming off of pit road there. Trying to keep that speed up. Managed to keep it going out here tonight. Practice is over here for the championship race here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Let's set this up. So we need best time. No, last time. That's the one we need. I need to just click that because I am not qualifying. Let's jump on over to Steven Shannon in the number 70 for the time being. Yeah, you know what? Let's go over to Keith Ayers. Keith Ayers here first of the championship 4 out onto the racetrack, rolling off of turn 2 out here tonight here at Homestead Miami. Down the backstretch we go in the number 19 Dodge Ram 1500 pickup. Believe this is supposed to be a homage to... Whoa, big slide off of turns 3 and 4, locking it down. Having to go again for another qualifying run. Let's get on over to Tanner Enzyme, just pulling off the pit road now. In the number 44 WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast Ford F-150, running the iconic WIO Outlaw scheme tonight. 44 running the high side. This racetrack here at Homestead can be very particular. We roll off a turn 4 past the restart zone. Green flag, green flag, green flag for Tanner Enzyme in his first flying lap. This track can be very particular with its setup and how people have to race it. This track is very dynamic. It likes to change a lot throughout the course of a race. Starting in the day or starting in the night, these trucks and any NASCARs have a lot of trouble here keeping their momentum going. You may start with a setup that worked great for you on the high side of the turns and then have a setup that's running the bottom of the racetrack towards the end of your runs as the 44 of Tanner Enzyme goes up to third so far in qualifying. Chris Echepar currently up in first with a 32.72 out here tonight. Will Moore with a 32.99. Tanner Enzyme with a 33.01 as we roll off of turn 2 with him once again. Down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4 we go. 44 still running the high side, trying to keep that momentum going. Sliding a little bit down off of turn 4. Down the front stretch we go. 44 of Tanner Enzyme does not improve. Holds 6th place out here tonight. Very unfortunate. Will Moore up to the lead with a 32.70. Chris Echepar still out on the racetrack. Russ Marciniak up to the lead with a 32.68. 16 of Chris Echepar. Michael Loveless up to the lead now with a 32.5. Holy smokes, this number 68 car. Keith Ayers up to second in the number 19 with a 32.56. 200ths between these two. Ignore this for just a second. Bonk. There. That works. 68 of Michael Loveless with the 32.53, improving by another 100th on that last run in the number 68 Meals on Wheels Water Wheel Foundation Toyota Tundra. Ending his qualifying run as we roll down the backstretch. Jump on over to Richard Crane in the 55, getting ready to set a flying lap out here tonight in the Patriot number 55 truck. Off of turns 3 and 4, getting this thing wound up and ready to race out here tonight here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Green flag for Richard Crane. Jeff Ramsdell, the other car on track. Brighton Coleman and Mike McCoy yet to set a time. 55 running the bottom, trying to keep that speed going. Sliding up, way up into the wall. Managed to keep it off a turn 2. Got real close. Shaking hands with danger up on the high side off a turn 2. Back down into the mid lane through turns 3 and 4. Trying to work that bottom line, just can't seem to get it down there. 55 abandoning his lap. Must not have been improving. Jeff Ramsdell up to 11th. We roll off of turn 2, down the backstretch we go once again. 60 Coca-Cola machine. Off of turns 3 and 4 we go now. Really trying to send that thing around this racetrack. Still waiting on Brighton Coleman and Mike McCoy to set a time. Jeff Ramsdell holds steady in 11th in the number 60 Chevrolet. Qualifying over, it is time to go racing out here tonight, here with the Wild West Racing League. Michael Loveless leading the way. Keith Ayers in second. 2 championship trucks on the front row out here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. That is a very close-up shot. Okay. Michael Loveless, Keith Ayers, Justin Bell, Dakota Henderson, Russ Marciniak, Will Moore, Adam Ramsey, Chris Echepar, the third place currently championship driver out here tonight in P8. Mike Presley, Tanner Ensign, the last car in the championship, starting down in 10th after a less than optimal qualifying session out here tonight. Might as well help speed things along. Jeff Ramsdell, Steven Shannon, Richard Crane, Brighton Coleman, and Mike McCoy down in 15th. Waiting on McCoy and Ayers, I believe. We are gridding out here tonight here at Homestead Miami. 2 laps to green, I believe. Live. This one. Michael Loveless on the point. Keith Ayers in second. Dakota Henderson alongside Justin Bell in third and fourth. Will Moore, Chris Echepar, Russ Marciniak. Russ Marciniak backing up traffic here. Tanner Ensign off of pit road next. Adam Ramsey, Steven Shannon, Brighton Coleman, Mike Presley, Jeff Ramsdell, Mike McCoy, Richard Crane gonna be the last car out in the Patriot number 55. Can't quite make out what it says on his deck lid, but I'm assuming it's something very nice. Whole field getting spread out and settled in here tonight at Homestead Miami. Michael Loveless leading the way with Keith Ayers alongside. Chris Echepar down in 8th, Tanner Ensign down in 10th, a few rows back. Gonna be one hell of a race out here tonight here at Homestead Miami. I am excited. This is gonna be the championship of the ages. Not sure if the pace car, it is going off. Rolling up into the restart zone we go. Green flag, green flag, green flag is in the air for the Wild West Racing League Raiders Wasteland Championship. Charging down into turns 1 and 2, 8 of Justin Bell all over the bumper of the 68 as we get underway. 19 up to the high side, 68 and the 8 on the bottom. A little bit of 3-wide action behind him. 19 trying to slide back down off of turn 2. 8 up into the wall off of turn 2. Very loose. Caution out immediately. Dakota Henderson around. Five just losing it off of turn 2 alongside the 29 up in the wall. 5, no damage out here tonight, but managed to keep things rolling. Unfortunately brought out the caution here at Homestead Miami. Dakota Henderson down to 15th. Michael Loveless leading the way. Justin Bell up to second. Keith Ayers still in second for the championship at the moment. Echepar and Ensign in 6th and 7th now. This is going to be one white-hot championship. I can already tell. 4 of the fastest drivers I have seen in all of iRacing. I gotta be honest. These guys are not just fast. These guys are incredibly fast. Wild West Racing League Raiders Wasteland Truck Series, brought to you in part by WYO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players in different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. This broadcast was brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. Dakota Henderson and Richard Crane both down pit road. Crane jumping back to pit road. Not sure what happened to Richard Crane here. Richard Crane may be out of the race early on. Very unexpected to see that happen. He is still down pit road. Not sure if he blew his engine coming down. Anything is possible here with the Wild West Racing League. I have seen it happen. Waiting on the pace car's lights to shut off. There they are now, 68 on the bottom, 8 on the top. 19 of Keith Ayers lining up behind the 68 of Michael Loveless. Will Moore, Russ Marciniak. Tanner Ensign and Chris Etchepar will be side by side, I believe. No, they won't. Etchepar will be one row ahead on the outside ahead of Tanner Ensign. Adam Ramsey, Jeff Ramsdell, Stephen Shannon, Mike Presley, Brighton Coleman, Mike McCoy, and Dakota Henderson down in 14th. Richard Crane still down pit road. We roll back around behind the pace car, ready to get racing once again out here tonight with the Wild West Racing League. 68 of Loveless on the point. 8 of Justin Bell in the Heatwave Chevrolet alongside him. 19 of Keith Ayers in the Dodge Ram 1500. I believe that is a Brad Keselowski tribute from the COT era cars. Pace car rolling through turns 3 and 4. Off it goes. First caution of the night coming to a close. Green flag, green flag, green flag, green flag, green flag. Is back in the air. We are racing once again. I jumped the gun on myself there. 5 of 70 this time by 68 in the 8. Beautifully side by side into turns 1 and 2 we go again. 8 of Bell running that mid. Whoa, very loose on the midline. Huge slide as the rest of the field starts catching up. 29 to 16. 16 of Chris Etchepar. 19 of Keith Ayers. Working a little bit here. 44 Tanner Ensign up into the mix. Whole slew of cars around each other. 8 of Justin Bell running up against the wall. Seems to be very loose though on that truck as the 8 of Justin Bell takes the lead. It is 3 wide for the battle for the championship behind Loveless. 16, 44 in the 19. 3 wide down the front stretch back into turn 1. 16 in the middle, 19 on the top, 44 on the bottom. 44 Ensign starting to pick up some speed here. Trying to catch back up to Michael Loveless just up the road. 19 and the 29 just ahead of him. 44 working it down to the bottom. Trying to get that momentum on the 29, get into the slipstream, and start charging down the front stretch. 19 of Keith Ayers throws the fender at the 44. 29 trying to go high to evade, scraping the wall on the front stretch. Down into turns 1 and 2 we go again. 68 of Loveless, 19 of Ayers, 44 of Ensign. Etchepar falling back a little bit here. 44 of Ensign starting to make the magic happen on the bottom here. 60 goes down to push, but goes on past, making it 3 wide for just a moment. We enter turns 3 and 4. 19 starting to fall back to the 24. Michael Loveless still leading the way in terms of the championship as we roll off of turn 4 down the front past the start finish line. Back into turn 1 we go. 19 starting to get a little bit of the draft here. 8 of 70, Justin Bell, a full second ahead pretty much of Michael Loveless as we roll off of turn 2. Etchepar and Ensign side by side off of turn 2. Back into turn 3 we go here at Homestead, Miami. 29 of Will Moore starting to fall back. 0 of Mike Presley, not too far behind. Just the edge of your screen there. 97.27 behind them. 5:25, 4:70. Richard Crane in the 55 might be back on the racetrack. Yes, he is. Down one lap out here tonight. Justin Bell still leading the way at the moment. 0.8 of a second ahead of Michael Loveless, currently in second, leading the championship at the moment. Keith Ayers in third. Jeff Ramsdell in the 60 in fourth. Tanner Ensign and Chris Echapar in fifth and sixth, excuse me. Will Moore in seventh. Mike Presley in eighth. Adam Ramsey in ninth. Russ Marciniak in 10th. Dakota Henderson in 11th. Starting to make up some time here. Brighton Coleman and Mike McCoy fighting it out for 12th at the moment. Stephen Shannon in the 70, down in 14th. About 2.5 seconds behind the battle between Coleman and McCoy. Richard Crane down a lap out here tonight. We jump back up to the battle between Tanner Ensign and Chris Echapar. 97-0 and the 29, I believe that is. Yes, it is. Off of turn 4, a little bit of three-wide magic once again. 1/7 of the way into this race. 44 Ensign really trying to make the bottom work. 16 just seems to have a better run through the midpoint of the corners. 0 of Mike Presley behind the 16. He's try and get down and work with his teammate in the 44 just ahead of him. We charge back down into turns 3 and 4. 0 sticking to the middle behind the 16. Bit of an interesting move there. Not sure if he's just trying to create dirty air for the 16 to try and fight through. 44 Ensign backing off, trying to work with his teammate in the 0. 0 down to the bottom of the racetrack this time. Trying to work with Tanner Ensign, but slides back up to the middle. 16 in the 44, doing the juggernaut dance to death all through turns 1 and 2. Michael Loveless still pulling away. Keith Ayers up to third. About 0.7 behind Michael Loveless in the number 68 Meals on Wheels Water Wheel Foundation truck. 8 of Justin Bell just in front of him. Less than a quarter second between the two as we charge back into turns 1 and 2 we go. 68 of Loveless all the way down to the bottom. Really trying to keep that momentum going off of turn 2. Really picking up some speed out here tonight. Off of turn 2, down the backstretch, falling back behind the 8 of Justin Bell. Justin Bell seems to have a really good truck out here tonight. Not sure what he's doing different apart from his Ensign Motorsports teammates. But Justin Bell doing his best to fight off the might of Michael Loveless, I should say. We charge down the front stretch. Loveless down into the bottom of the turn. Once again, 8 of Justin Bell just does not seem to have that kind of speed or cornering ability as we roll off of turn 2. Side by side down the backstretch we go. 19 and the 20, 19 and the 60 of Jeff Ramsdell. Side by side, 19 scraping off against the wall. We enter turn 3. 19 of Keith Ayers down to 4th overall in the racetrack. Excuse me. Jockeying for the position out here tonight, Michael Loveless and Justin Bell perfectly side by side. Loveless to the high side off of turn 2. Down the backstretch we go. Trying to get Justin. Whoa! Big loop. Big moment from the 68. He's still sideways. He's still drifting it through turns 3 and 4. Whoa! Beautiful control from Michael Loveless through turns 3 and 4. Managed to get that car straightened back out here tonight. What a slide from Michael Loveless in the 68. We go back through turns 1 and 2 once again. .68 up to lead. 19 of Keith Ayers on the high side, trying to get past the 60 and the 8. 8 of Justin Bell, not able to hold anybody off for very much longer. We approach a quarter way into this race. 19 to Keith Ayers, all the way up to the high side out here at Homestead, Miami, through turns 1 and 2. Let's start jumping back into it. Go on back down to Chris Echapar. Down in 3rd, Tanner Ensign, down to 8th place at the moment. Starting to fall back. Echapar and Adam Ramsey working together at the moment to try and keep some speed going. 16 and the 97. Jump on down to Tanner Ensign down in 8th. Mike Presley behind him in the number 00, or the 0 truck, excuse me. 5 of Dakota Henderson alongside the 0. We roll off of turns 3 and 4 now, or into turns 3 and 4 now, excuse me. Back into turns 3 and 4. Oh, 1 and 2, excuse me. Tanner Ensign down to 9th. Not having a great night so far. Michael Lovelace back up into the lead and a full second ahead of Jeff Ramsdell in the 60. Michael Lovelace trying to win the full championship out here tonight. Don't know why I'm stuttering and fumbling over myself so badly, but hey, here we are. 68 of Lovelace leading the way, 21 of 70 this time by 50 laps to go. Jump on down to Mike McCoy, challenging Russ Marciniak off the turn 2. Down the backstretch we go, into turns 3 and 4. 27 Nephilim truck, battling the Summer's Eve 25. Still side by side, back into turns 1 and 2 we go. Jump up into the field a little bit. Let's go up to Mike Presley. Whoa, bit of a slide from the 4 of Brayton Coleman behind them. Trying to keep the speed going. 44-0 in the 4. 3 Ensign Motorsports teammates trying to work together. Trying to pick up some speed for Tanner Ensign to get back up into this fight for the championship out here tonight. Adam Ramsey a little bit up the road in the 97. Running with Chris Etchepar, his teammate, one of the Team Ignition trucks out here tonight. 29 of Will Moore hot on their heels. Keith Ayers a little bit up the road with Justin Bell behind him. Justin Bell about a second back. Jeff Ramsdell about half a second up. Off a turn 4, past the start-finish line, the Mopar Dodge Ram 1500 number 19 truck. Back down to the bottom through turns 1 and 2, holding the midline actually through turns 1 and 2, excuse me. 24 of 70 this time by Michael Lovelace, still leading the way. 55 of Richard Crane starting to become lap traffic out here tonight with the Wild West Racing League Raiders Wasteland Truck Series finale out here tonight on a beautiful Sunday night here in Homestead, Miami. This broadcast was brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stanford Witt Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players in different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. This broadcast was also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. Roll off a turn 4 with the 68 of Lovelace. 25 laps completed of 70 this time by. Let's start jumping back into the field a little bit here. Let's go on up to Dakota Henderson in the number 5, back up to 8th after a spin on lap 1. Managing to recover most of his positions out here tonight. Only 4 positions down from where he started out here tonight. Still fighting it out with Brighton Coleman just behind him. Back through turns 1 and 2 we go again. See if we can get some new mixed cameras going. 0 of Mike Presley just behind as the whole field's really spread apart now. Tanner Ensign down to 12th, not having a good night out here tonight here at Homestead. Really struggling to keep the speed going. We take a look on the rear bumper of Dakota Henderson back at Brighton Coleman in the number 4 truck just behind him. .29 of 70 this time by 30 laps in. Michael Lovelace still leading the way as we roll on his front bumper off of turns 3 and 4. Doing the best he can to run away with this race. He's still a second up on Jeff Ramsdell. 1.5 up on Keith Ayers. 4.8 ahead of Echepar. And Tanner Ensign down in 12th. 13.5 seconds behind. It's going to need a miracle for Tanner Ensign to get back into this race at this point. Really struggling to keep the speed up out here tonight at Homestead, Miami. Again, this racetrack is very difficult to really figure out. Slightly shallow banking, 1.5 mile setup. I always thought it was a 2-mile oval, but hey, it goes to show what I know. Michael Lovelace in the Meals on Wheels of America, number 68, still running away with it at the moment. Let's jump on down to Keith Ayers and Chris Echepar. Echepar 4.5 behind Keith Ayers at the moment. Ayers trying to run down the 60 and the 68 just ahead of him of Ramsdell and Lovelace. Echepar, let's jump on down to in the number 16, leading this pack of trucks behind him. 3 wide behind him with Dakota Henderson on the top, Justin Bell and Will Moore, I believe that was. Jumping on down to Tanner Ensign, last truck on the lead lap now. Ensign 16.25 behind the leader. Not sure if he's running damage out here tonight in the number 44 truck. We roll through turns 1 and 2. Off of 2 and onto the backstretch we go. Still trying to make up some time here. Ensign just not having a good night as Lovelace heads past the start-finish line. What are these camera angles here at Homestead? I do not understand. Those are awful cameras. Lovelace off of turn 2, down the back stretch we go. Through turns 3 and 4, Jeff Ramsdell, Keith Ayers. Ayers starting to fall back a lot now. May be going down pit road. Keith Ayers down pit road. Echepar staying out. Justin Bell down pit road. Coleman down pit road. Let's see if Tanner Ensign goes down. Michael Loveless still leading the way. Etchepar 6 seconds behind the leader now. Tanner Ensign staying out. He moves up. Etchepar, Ramsdell, Ramsey, Moore, Presley down pit road. Let's see if Tanner Ensign comes on down. Yes, he is slowing down. Loveless off a turn 2. Dakota Henderson and Russ Marciniak, the last 2 cars behind him. There's Justin Bell, Brighton Coleman, Steven Shannon, Richard Crane, Mike McCoy, all behind him. McCoy down 12 laps. How did that happen? Richard Crane down 2. Loveless down pit road this time. Fiva Henderson coming down pit road as well. Russ Marciniak coming down pit road. Keith Ayers back up in the lead of this race. Nope, he's still got to go around one time. My apologies. Caution is out. Justin Bell crashing. Second caution of the night. Let's jump on over to Justin Bell. Off of turn 2. Whoa! Just across the nose of the 29 of Will Moore. He's going to have a code brown there in the Winnebago Ram 1500. Inches away from Justin Bell, destroying his truck. But this might be what Tanner Ensign needs as he's back up into 10th place. Second caution of the night here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Michael Loveless, Jeff Ramsdell, Dakota Henderson, Keith Ayers, Chris Etchepar, Adam Ramsey, Will Moore, Brighton Coleman, Mike Presley, Steven Shannon, excuse me, Russ Marciniak, Tanner Ensign, Richard Crane back on the lead lap, Justin Bell still down pit road, Mike McCoy in 15th, down 15 laps. I believe he is out of the race. Pace car's lights are off. We are ready to go racing out here tonight. Pace car's lights are off, rolling up into the restart zone we go. Off a turn 2, or off of turns 3 and 4. God, I get lost on ovals. Back into the restart zone we go. Green. No green flag. What just happened there? Green flag didn't go. 30 laps to go with a botched restart from everybody there. Even Michael Loveless didn't know what was going on. He didn't go. Jeff Ramsdell on the outside took off, trying to keep that momentum going. Loveless, Ayers, and Henderson. Keith Ayers to the bottom of the racetrack, forcing the 68 up high off of turns 3 and 4 we go. Perfect flying V formation. 97 sliding a little bit off of the bottom of turns 3 and 4. 19 of Ayers still trying to hold his position to the 68. Tanner Ensign back up into 10th. Chris Etchepar currently in 4th. Whoa, Henderson sliding right across the nose of the 29 of Wilmore. 3 wide through turns 3 and 4 we go. 60, 68 in the 19 on the bottom. 16 of Etchepar right behind Loveless. 19 of Keith Ayers back up in the lead of the championship. Chris Etchepar getting past Loveless as we charge down into turns 1 and 2. 16 showing the 68 defender. Back into turns 1 and 2. Tanner Ensign still down in 10th, not able to make a whole lot of happen here off of turn 2. Down the backstretch we go, watching everybody by the camera. 68 of Loveless trying to make another run for it down to the bottom of turns 3 and 4. 97 trying to show him the fender as well. 29 behind. 16 leading Loveless and the 97 of Adam Ramsey off of turn 4 back into turns 1 and 2. Laps to go at the line. Keith Ayers up the lead of this race and into the lead of the championship as we roll off of turns 3 and 4. 19, 60, 16, 97, 68 of Michael Loveless down in 3rd. 29, 4, 5, 0, and 44. Tanner Ensign still down in 10th. Not really able to make up a lot of time out here tonight. Tanner Ensign just not having a great race truck out here tonight. Started off really well and just has not been able to pick up any more speed out here tonight at Homestead, Miami. Back off at turn 4. Tanner Ensign in a bit of a world on his own at the moment. About half a second off Mike Presley and about a second ahead of Richard Crane behind him. And Steve Shannon behind him as well. Justin Bell down 2 laps. Mike McCoy down 22 out of the race. Keith Ayers still leading the way, starting to run away with it off of turn 4. Back through turns 1 and 2 we go. Keith Ayers leading the way. Chris Etchepar in 2nd for the championship. Michael Loveless all over his bumpers, though. Down in 4th place, trying to catch back up to Etchepar. Less than a quarter second between those two. Had a truck run Back into turns 3 and 4, still on board with the 68 of Loveless. Still trying to catch back up to Etchikar just ahead of him. And Keith Ayers just further up the road. Less than a second and a quarter between these 3 trucks for the championship. Tanner Ensign still holding in 10th at the moment. .68 all over the bumper of the 16, giving him a bit of a shot down into turn 1. Really turning up the pressure. Michael Loveless wanting to win his championship out here tonight. Keith Ayers leading the way off of turn 2. Tanner Ensign just at the back of your screen now, rolling off of turn 2. Way down the backstretch, reeling in the weight of Justin Bell. Justin Bell scraping all over the wall, blocking his teammate through turns 3 and 4. That's not the kind of teamwork you want to be seeing at this point of the race. Ensign still not having a lot of luck out here. Justin Bell having a real bad problem out here. We jump up to the 29 and Wilmore on the high side ahead of the 4. Back to turn 22. .29 of Wilmore. Keith Ayers still leading the way out here tonight at the moment. Number 19 truck, Dodge Ram 1500, Jeff Ramsdell, more than half a second behind Michael Loveless, 1 1/4 behind, up to 3rd place overall in the race, 2nd now in the championship. Chris Etchikar down in 4th, in 3rd in the championship. Tanner Ensign down to 11th. He's just not having a good night with 15 laps to go at the line. 12 laps to go. 68 of Loveless starting to reel in the 19. Apologies, needed to rest my voice there for just a moment. 12 laps to go. Chris Etchepar starting to fall back. 29 of Will Moore not helping him out. Whoa! 68 of Loveless with a huge slide off of turn 2. Managed to get it straight back out. Back into turns 3 and 4 we go. .68 of Loveless on Keith Ayers in the 19. This is the battle for the lead and the battle for the championship off of turns 4. Past the start-finish line side by side with 10 laps to go here tonight at Homestead, Miami. 19 sliding across the 68 bumper, trying to keep that speed going out here tonight at Homestead. Doing everything he can to keep the speed up. Down the backstretch we go, 19 to Keith Ayers, still holding on to the lead at the moment. 68 of Loveless down to the bottom of the racetrack. Into turns 3 and 4, still putting the pressure on the 19. Nine laps to go, 68. And the 19 still side by side off of turn 2. And the 19 still side by side off of turn 4. 8 laps to go. This is getting to be quite the finish out here tonight at Homestead. 19 and the 68, door to door contact between the two. Tanner Ensign down to 12th. I think he just does not have it in him this time around. Very unfortunate for Tanner Ensign, currently down in 12th. Stephen Shannon down pit road. Chris Etchepar in 5th. 68 of Loveless into the lead at the moment. 19 of Keith Ayers trying to run him back down with 7 laps to go. Bit of a slide off of turn 4, but managed to get a good run. Oh, tapping the wall. Keith Ayers up into the wall off of turn 4, sliding a bit wide. Starting to run on the high side, trying to conserve whatever tire he has left. 68 of Loveless running the bottom of the racetrack, trying to make the magic happen. 19 to Keith Ayers, still within striking distance. About 3 truck lengths behind 68, really driving that number 68 Meals on Wheels Water Wheel Foundation Toyota Tundra all the way into that turn, making the magic happen. Stephen Shannon down pit road. Justin Bell down 6 laps at the moment. Mike McCoy out of the race down 40. Keith Ayers still with trying to make the magic happen out here tonight at Homestead. Whoa, another big slide from the 19. That's not helping him any. We come down towards 5 laps to go. Anything at that point will be overtime if we need it. .68 sliding back up to the high side off of turn 4. Down the front stretch we go. 5 laps to go. Keith Ayers falling back, half a second behind. Still falling. Michael Loveless making the most of that race truck out here tonight. Looking to dominate the field in these dying laps. He's up to almost a full second ahead. Little bit of action at the back. Whoa, that might have been a truck around. No, it wasn't. Amazingly, I thought I saw someone hook right. Amazingly, we didn't have that happen. Michael Loveless, 3/4 of a second ahead of Keith Ayers. Chris Etchepar down in 7th at the moment, and Tanner Ensign down in 12th for the championship. Not having a great night out here tonight at all. 44 doing the best he can out here to go with 4 laps to go. Loveless off of turn 2. 3 laps to go. Two to go this time by for Michael Loveless. Keith Ayers over a 2.25 seconds behind. Michael Loveless with nothing left to lose out here tonight unless there is a Hail Mary caution on the final lap. Rolling off of turn 2 we go. Down the backstretch. Charging towards turn 3. I don't know actually who that is. That might be the 70 of Stephen Shannon just ahead of him. Off of turn 3 and 4. Ooh, white flag is in the air. Michael Loveless has 4 turns to win the Wild West Racing League Raiders Wasteland Cup Series Championship out here tonight in the trucks. Rolling off of turn 2. Keith Ayers, here's the push of a lifetime to catch up to Michael Loveless. Not sure he's going to get it though as we enter turn 3. 68 of Loveless in the Meals on Wheels Water Wheel Foundation number 68, rolling through turns 3 and 4. Past the restart zone and across the start finish line to win the Raiders Wasteland Championship out here tonight at Homestead, Miami with the Wild West Racing League. Keith Ayers in second for the championship. Chris Etchepar in third. And Tanner Ensign with one hell of an effort. Just his truck failed him out here tonight. Did the best he could down in 12th. What an effort from Tanner Ensign with a great run. Let's see if we can get Michael Loveless in here. Michael Loveless, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. Do you got me?
I got you loud and clear, Pat. I'm getting ready to burn this place down.
You are the Truck Series Championship winner out here with the Raiders Wasteland Truck Series. Talk us through it.
Oh, man. A lot went on in that race tonight. You know, I knew tire management was going to be a big factor tonight, and so I was always factoring that all the way through. And then I thought it was going to be the fuel management, so I started saving a lot. I was running 3/4 throttle most of that first run just to try to get another lap out of her. And then that caution came out. That was a blessing in disguise. That really helped out a lot. And then, I mean, I got to start on the front, and then everybody had fresh tires, and people had different ways of how they wanted to race at that point. And so it got a little interesting. I'm sure it made for a great show up there in the booth. But you know, I just stuck to what I do, and I did my race, and it proved out in the end. And so I can't be happier, you know. Go with that gut instinct.
Well, that was one hell of an effort out there tonight. Burn it down, my friend. You are the Truck Series champion.
Hell yeah. Congratulations to all the guys that raced tonight, and, you know, the Water Wheel Foundation and Meals on Wheels. Please, if you can, and, you know, go out, donate a little bit, donate your time. Great organizations, and I couldn't ask for anything more. That would be my biggest gift to anybody. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to my teammates, you know, everybody that's helped. It was a great season.
Yes, it was a fantastic win out here tonight. 68 of Michael Loveless. Congratulations once again. And you've earned every bit of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit here and do this a little bit longer.
I don't blame you. Burn it down till the engine's gone. Who cares? It doesn't matter anymore. .68 of Michael Loveless, your championship winner out here tonight. Let's get Keith Ayers in here next. Keith Ayers, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. Do you got me?
10-4.
Keith, you had one hell of an effort out there tonight here with the Wild West Racing League Raiders Wasteland Truck Series Championship. Just did not have the speed to beat out Michael Loveless in those dying laps of the race. Talk us through it.
Honestly, I thought I was in the perfect place to be the champion, and it just fell by the wayside. But I can't complain. Hell of a season by everybody. Congrats to Michael on the championship. Congrats to AMR on a double podium. I'll take it. It's just I'm just kind of emotional right now, and just it's a lot. It's just so close.
It was one hell of an effort out there tonight in the number 19 Dodge Ram 1500. Believe that is a Brad Keselowski inspired paint job, yes?
No, it's actually a Jeremy Mayfield inspired paint scheme. You're close.
Oh, it was one of them. It's like, hey, that looks like a Car of Tomorrow scheme. But anyway, close enough. Well, hey,
Yeah.
One hell of a run out here tonight in the AMR Aresmore Racing number 19 truck out here tonight with the Wild West Racing League. Second place in the championship is nothing to shake a stick at. That was one hell of an effort. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Just congrats to my teammate and co-owner Will on a fantastic season. I mean, way to start out the season, 2 wins, and then way to cap it off with a double podium. Gives us great momentum going into whatever the next season may be. I just can't be more prouder of the team.
Well, congratulations once again on the P2 in the race and the championship. Thank you for joining us with another fantastic season of the Raiders Wasteland Truck Series. And for whatever series is next, we hope to see more of you and those guys over at AMR for the next one.
Definitely, you'll be seeing more of us, that's for sure.
I hope so. Hopefully you guys bring some more friends around, because these races are getting a little bit lonely these days. Hopefully we can get some new folks up in here and start spreading the word on how much fun this can really be.
This is an awesome league. I don't have anything. I can't say anything else other than it's awesome.
Same here. Thanks for joining us once again, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You as well. Thank you. Let's get Will Moore in here, your third place finisher. Will Moore, this is Pat Wilkinson up the booth. You got me.
10-4.
Will, one hell of an effort out there tonight, down in third, just shy of 2 seconds behind Michael Loveless in the lead. Talk us through that race from your point of view.
Yeah, qualifying, didn't really go the way I wanted. I got the apron. I got qualified in 6th and about the mid-pack. And I just got stuck behind 2 trucks. I just couldn't, get around, seem to pass and it was just tough to pass for a while. And then I would just use up my stuff. Then I figured on the pit cycle, I'd be able to gain some time, but that yellow came out, got stuck behind them again. Finally was able to pass them on that long run and just kept going. And I was catching the 2 in front of me, just ran out of time, but still happy with the result. Wish it could have been for the win, just, to still win the final race of the season, but I'm still happy with a third place.
One hell of an effort once again out there tonight, down in third. One really solid finish, trying to help your teammate Keith Ayers in getting that championship. Just came up a little bit short, but hey, one hell of an effort for the both of you out here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Yeah, I can't wait for the next thing we run. Love running with these guys. Would love to do more with them. Love everything you guys do. Congrats to Keith on finishing second in the championship. He did really good. For how some of his season went, ended up coming that close to a championship. He did really good, and I think he's probably my number 1 fan now for watching.
Appreciate that very much. Thanks for joining us once again, and congratulations on the P3 out here tonight at Homestead Miami. We hope to see you and whoever else you guys decide to invite on up to join AMR here in the Wild West Racing League.
And I can't wait to do whatever else we do.
Same here. It's going to be really fun.
Yes, it is.
That was 29 of Will Moore, your third place finisher. Well, folks, we thank you all for joining us out here tonight with the Wild West Racing League Raiders Wasteland Truck Series out here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway for the championship final. Michael Loveless, your champion out here tonight, winning the whole damn show. Started on the pole, finished in first, and won the championship all in one go. Keith Ayers started second, finished second, and finished second in the championship. Chris Etchepar down in 7th, moving up 1 position from where he started. Down in 3rd for the championship. Tanner Ensign, not as great a night, down in 12th. 2 positions down from where he started, and last in the championship 4. One hell of an effort from all of our drivers, and we thank everybody who participated this season here with the Wild West Racing League Raiders Wasteland Truck Series, brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stanford Witt Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse, weekly events for PvE and PvP players, and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. This broadcast was also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. My name's Pat Wilkinson, up in the booth. For the final time, this has been the Raiders Wasteland Truck Series, here with the Wild West Racing League, and until next time, goodbye, farewell, and amen.
Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers. Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times, every turn, every line we find. Trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't guess, we know what it takes. Every setup built from the ground, we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go win. Yeah, we built for 'em. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, with a reason you're leading Tier 1. Set up shop, Tier 1. Take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you wanna win races, Tier 1, set up shop. Got weekly sets ready, ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace control. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear, yeah, we test, we tune, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win, yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, with a reason you're leading Tier 1. Set up shop, Tier 1. Yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you wanna win races, Tier 1, set up shop. See you in Victory Lane. Tier 1, set up shop. Tier 1. Tier 1. Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers.